Henry Cejudo suffering his third loss in a row in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He came back after a long break and he just hasn't been able to win a fight. In this fight, Henry Cejudo came into the fight against Yadong and he looked a little flat. It looked like it was taking him more effort to hit young Yadong. It looked like young Yadong was able to hit him real easy. From the beginning of the fight, you kind of thought that Henry Cejudo was going to lose his fight. In the middle of the first round, Yadong rolled his leg. He rolled his ankle. At that point, Henry Cejudo, Triple C, saw an opening. He started blasting his leg, kicking it hard. Then at that point, the fight started to become a real brawl. Both guys were hitting each other, and it started to turn out into a really good fight. It was getting good. Second round was good also. I thought the first two rounds were really good, and I thought that Henry Cejudo really went out there to fight. And the interesting thing was, he wasn't the same old Henry Cejudo. He couldn't take down this guy that years ago, back in 2018, saying 32, 33 years old, Henry Cejudo would have had an easy time ragdolling this guy across the cage. And he just didn't have that aspect of his game working anymore. He's moved on to other things and making fight breakdowns. Henry Cejudo without wrestling is not the guy that he wanted to be. He had to dominate the wrestling. That's why he's an Olympic gold medalist. Henry Cejudo didn't have his A game. His main thing, his main asset wasn't there. Gotta respect him. He still was throwing as hard as he could, and just a real good brawl. I think that going into the later rounds, anybody could have won this fight. In the third round, Cejudo decided that he was kicked in the groin, and it didn't really look like a real kick to the you-know-what. It looked like it was more towards the side, over by his leg, but still, he took a break, and then young Yadong eye poked him in both eyes, nasty eye poke, and Henry Cejudo needed to stop the fight. And he told the ref, he said that he couldn't see, he needed a few minutes, and he kept on trying to get his vision, clear his vision. He did, and he fought till the end of the third round, but it just wasn't enough. Third round ended, and Henry Cejudo told his corner that he couldn't see anything. He pretty much wanted the fight to be stopped. So Jason Herzog started the fourth round, and then he stopped the fight. And Henry Cejudo took a risk. It went to the judges' scorecards, and he lost the fight on all three judges' scorecards. All three judges gave two of the judges gave 2 rounds to Yadong, and one judge gave all 3 rounds to Yadong. Henry Cejudo called his own fate here. He decided not to keep on fighting, and I think he pretty much sealed his career. You know, when you're that great, when you're as great as Henry Cejudo was, and you lose 3 in a row, you don't want to be there anymore. What's he fighting for at this point? You know, he's going to be fighting from the bottom to get back up. He just doesn't have the skill set that he has anymore. He was relying on his wrestling. That was his main bread and butter. That's something that he relied on. And although he fought really hard, without that bread and butter, it's time for you to go, Cejudo. Time for you to get out of here. 38 years old, you've done it all. And let's give it up to Henry Cejudo. What a great fighter, Hall of Famer, one of the best of all time. If he wants to come back, he can do it. But he's fighting for nothing at this point. You agree? You think that's the end of Henry Cejudo? What do you think Henry Cejudo should do now that he lost a fight like this? Should he try to come back one more time? Or should he just say, forget about it, that's it? Why get hurt when you were once great? Let me know what you guys think about this fight. I thought it was an awesome fight. I thought Henry Cejudo fought a real respectable fight. But at the same time, since his wrestling wasn't there, then I don't think there's a point in Henry Cejudo continuing.